Happy New Year, 2017, January 1st. I hope you've got some high expectations and you can keep track of your New Year's resolutions. What are your New Year's resolutions, ladies and gentlemen? I have several, and I'm going to write them down and I'm going to do my best on a daily basis to make sure that I'm keeping on track with my New Year's resolutions. Now, we're going to do something different. We're going to ask you, the audience, which, by the way, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. What are your predictions for 2017? What do you think is going to happen? Is the stock market going to continue to climb? Is it going to even out? Is there going to be a collapse? What's the real estate market going to be like? I've talked to several insiders, people in real estate and the mortgage industry, and it's interesting because I'm hearing both sides of the coin. I'm hearing on one aspect, I have a friend in California that is in real estate, has been for quite some time, that thinks the market's going to tank and thinks that we're on the verge of a serious depression, economic depression, not a recession, but an actual depression. And then I've got a friend on the East Coast that's in the mortgage industry, and she thinks that things are going to be great and the next 4 to 8 years are going to be fantastic here in America. So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm kind of neutral, wondering if it's going to be business as usual. But I got to say this, I certainly have seen a lot of new opportunities arise. And ever since, I would say 2015, maybe 2014, you can even go back a little bit further, I guess. But 2016 was definitely a year of shock, awe, and change to me. And many of you guys, I've noticed from the comments section, because I do my best to read what you guys have to say. I can't always respond back, but there's just so much going on right now. I'm putting easily 10 or 12 hours a day just into the podcasts, and I could definitely use some help with editing because we have a lot of updates we want to do here at Leak Project. We want to start doing 5-10 minute podcasts as well as 2-3 hour shows as well on a daily basis, as consistent as possible. So we'll keep you updated on that. Radiation levels, so you guys know, have gone back down to 0.11 microsieverts per hour. So I'm just going to share that with you real quick. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, 0.11 microsieverts per hour. So that's a lot better than it was just a couple of days ago. Here's what I see happening this year. I think that the markets, this is all speculation. We're just going to throw out predictions here. I think that the market, the Dow, is going to hit a little bit over 20,000, just a little bit. And I think it's going to correct maybe back down to 10 or 12,000. So I think there's going to be a large drop in the stock market. Now, when it comes to other things like real estate, in 2017, I think we'll start to see maybe a little bit of a flat line, but I don't think it's going to tank. And I do think Trump's going to get inaugurated. I do think he's going to make it in office. If he backs up what at least is being portrayed in the media that he's going to do, such as charge more sanctions and taxes to companies that want to have stuff built overseas and then brought back here because it's cheaper to do that currently. If he's really going to specialize on making the United States of America a nation again of intuitive people that have great ideas and opportunities and they get rewarded for it, then we could definitely see a golden age, a new renaissance. And I think that that's something that we need to look forward to is the technologies. I mean, look at these drones that are coming out there right now. I'm on a waiting list for one of those new Mavic Pros. I took back the DJI-4 and I had that Breeze drone, which in my opinion was just a piece of crap. But we'll definitely keep you updated on that. Now, the technologies are great. I mean, look at these new drones that are going 4 miles. You got a remote control. You can move it 4 miles away. It'll have autopilot. Cars are becoming incredible. The smartphones. I mean, I've got a smartphone that's 4 years old, and the tech in that thing is awesome. It's an old Samsung phone. So the new phones are even more incredible. I'd like to see larger companies, though, like Apple, Google, I don't know. I don't really want to say Microsoft, but it would be neat to see those guys get rid of all of their bloatware and some of their applications because Windows 10 is just retarded, and talk about an ultimate spy tool. But it would be neat to see some of these larger companies come up with some great ideas and just bring their tech on the market instead of just, if you look at the phones over the past 4 or 5 years, there really hasn't been big jumps in technology. As a matter of fact, some of the phones that are a few years older have more opportunities to update RAM and batteries so you don't have to just replace the entire phone if they break. So I want to see companies just lay it all on the line. Instead of coming out with the next model that's just a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, I want to see them just come out with crazy stuff. Like this virtual reality tech they're working on. How about those 3D printers? How about the printers that can actually print up, not body parts yet, but basically testing, like cellular cultures that can be used for testing for additional drugs. Let's just bring all the tech out of the line, like new solar panels that are much more efficient because they spin. How about tech where you can use air and water for a fuel source for automobiles and engines? Like if you guys have seen the cars in India where they have cars that can actually run on air, it's incredible. So that's the kind of stuff I want to see for 2017. I want to see more of these hidden agendas being exposed, like the vaccine industry is completely falling apart. I mean, there's so much social media right now showing the truth about vaccines. All you have to do is look at an insert of any vaccine on the market, look at an insert, and then tell me you still want to inject that in your body. If you do, hey, right on. I certainly am not telling you what to do. I would recommend you look at the inserts, but we've talked about this before. Let's see us, the people, have a voice. Quit giving so much power over to the Illuminati. It's not the Illuminati. It's us. We have a decision to be the Illuminati if we want to. Do we want to be the illuminated ones? Do we want to be the upper echelon? Or do we want to continue to call this hidden hand the elite, the rulers, the controllers? Let's be the change. Let's question everything. Or continue to go down the path you're going down as far as being a conformist if that's what you feel is the right thing to do. So I've got my garage door open if you can hear some dogs barking in the background. So I'm going to finish this podcast up. We got a lot of great stuff for 2017. Let us know your predictions. Guest bookings at leakproject.com. Happy New Year, 2017, January 1st. I hope you've got some high expectations and you can keep track of your New Year's resolutions. What are your New Year's resolutions, ladies and gentlemen? I have several, and I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to do my best on a daily basis to make sure that I'm keeping on track with my New Year's resolutions. Now, we're going to do something different. We're going to ask you, the audience, which, by the way, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. What are your predictions for 2017? What do you think is going to happen? Is the stock market going to continue to climb? Is it going to even out? Is there going to be a collapse? What's the real estate market going to be like? I've talked to several insiders, people in real estate and the mortgage industry, and it's interesting because I'm hearing both sides of the coin. I'm hearing on one aspect, I have a friend in California